All right, just 6 of us this week.
I don't know if Dave's going to make it or not.
Oh, we'll probably get some stragglers. It's Halloween. Everyone's out trick-or-treating. Is that it?
Well, Nancy, she gets on in the morning and listens to the recording because she says she's so exhausted at night after working. She listens to it in the morning, the next morning.
Right. Okay. Well, when you have a small group, we can make it more personalized. So that's what's good. A couple things. Today is the 31st, the end of the month. Okay, so for rank advancements and all that, want to make sure, our team, my team's so big, it's kind of hard to check, but I kind of look at some of my main business builders, and because sometimes you think you've got it covered, and then a customer might stop their auto ship or two, and then all of a sudden, it's like, whoa. That's why we always encourage have your own $200 auto ship. I mean, I go through 500 a month. I just keep telling these people, quit drinking so much Axio. I mean, we just have way too much energy running around this house. My daughter gives it to our 10-month-old and and our 3-year-old. It's like she doesn't need more energy, but it does help calm her down a little bit. So, my mom with dementia, we've even started giving her the Axio, and you know what? I think I'm seeing some improvements. So, because she's driving us nuts more. Believe it or not, we're like, is this a good thing or not? Well, I mean, she has not been able to turn the TV on herself. She kind of has been kind of in her own world, and we see her coming out of it more. And actually watching the news, turning it on, and remembering that the news comes on at 5. I'm like, wow. So, but every day she calls her 106-year-old grandmother, her mother, my grandmother. That poor grandma, I don't think she's going to be around too much longer. So sad, to see so much history there. Literally. I wanted to cover, a few other things. I did get a copy of our comp plan from Julie Mai. She shared that on. For those that have an iPhone, one of those iPhones, Apple. All right. Are you guys on our Elite? I got to remember the name. Elite Collective? You're not. Let me find it. Yeah, Elite Collective. Oh my. Anyone with an iPhone can join it, and I can add a contact. So Rick, I'm going to add you guys, and just a little bit of a warning. These people are awake when we're in bed, so you can, I'll show you, I'm going to add you to it, but you can, let's see, you can put it on silence so it's not waking you up all hours of the night. Terry, did you have an iPhone? Okay, let's see. Do I have Terry on here?
Good app.
What's your last name, Terry?
Krovoza with a K. Krovoza.
I don't have you on here.
Goodness.
So Rick, just send me a link to add me her contact, and I'll add it to it. They share all kinds of little fun things. I mean, there are a lot of ladies on there, and ladies are more. How do you put it, Rick? I got to be politically correct, but they're more social.
You're asking me to be politically correct?
Well, between you and I,
We're outnumbered here tonight, so you got to be careful.
well, Rick and I, neither one of us could ever run for president. Well, Trump is. So I don't know, that maybe there is hope for us. But
We'll find out next week.
definitely, I am pretty much hardly ever politically correct. My wife is always correcting me. I need Sharon around more, too, to correct me, She's another one of those really nice people. Brian, don't talk that way. Be nice. All right, we have a few people that all of a sudden all joined on at once. Welcome to the call, Virginia.
Hi, thank you. I'm eating, so I'm gonna tank off the picture because I don't want to people watch me eat. It's kind of gross. And I have a meeting I have to leave at 7:45. So sorry, but that's
Okay. That's great that you're on, and congratulations on enrolling your first customer. All right. On the roll.
yeah. Thank you.
And of course, with Sharon as your mentor, well, she's also your sister. Is she your older sister?
Younger. I'm the oldest.
Younger. Okay, she's younger. All right. So I don't know if a sibling can be a mentor. You never know about family.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yep.
All right, we got Vince on here and maybe Kim. Then we have 1520 on the phone. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who is that?
That was me then.
Introduce yourself. Or is that Vince twice?
That was me talking.
Oh, that's you talking, Vince. All right. Well, we have a couple others on the phone. Just let us know who you are behind the phone.
Hi, Brian. It's Chris on 1520.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Good to hear your voice. I was thinking about you today. I'm like, man, I need to give Chris a call. All right. And 517, who's hiding? Just say hi. 6608. You network marketers cannot be quiet. It just doesn't work.
Hello.
Hello, who is it?
Linda. And done.
Oh, that's the quiet one. Nice to hear you, Linda. We need to talk too. I haven't talked to you in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
All right. Okay, let's keep the ball rolling, and I'll add Terry a little later. I can't work on my phone and talk at the same time. Too many synapses having to happen. All right. Okay, the keys to success in working this business, and Terry hit on it earlier. Terry got excited today. Why did he get excited, Terry? Oh, not just because of Rick being there. I understand with Rick being there, you have no excuse but to be excited. But what were you doing today?
Well, I've kind of been watching a lot of videos about the product, about people doing the presentations, and I just go to Rusty's YouTube site and just keep going boom 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 watch them all, and it just reaffirms what a wonderful product that we have, and it just makes it so much easier to share it with people, because it's like, man, this is the real deal, I mean, you got to try it. You got to at least, it's just, yeah. And so I do get a little carried away sometimes when I'm talking to people, because it's like, man, you just gotta come to the meeting and find out about this, because it is amazing, Oh, so I hope, most of the people that I either talked to or, gave my little invitation to personally, they seemed interested and said, sounded like they'd be at the meeting. So we'll see how many. I know how that turns, how that is, or else people forget, or whatever. So I tried not to do it too early, so that they forget about it, just put it out of their minds. So
Awesome.
we'll see.
You know what? It doesn't matter what you say. It's all about your excitement. When we first start in this, every one of us, I know Sharon, she was stopping people while driving down the road. Stop! I got to talk to this person. Hey, you've got to see this. This is so huge. You got to look at this thing. This is so exciting. And, she was just telling everyone. And then, after a while, you've been around, you had a few no's. Okay, a lot of no's. And then you had some people hang up on you, or all of a sudden, then it's like the energy level, it starts getting quieter, and it's like all of a sudden, if you notice, the energy of your business starts sliding too with it. Okay. We're all humans. And unless we stay connected, let me tell you, it's hard to be excited all the time. Okay, granted, I'm more real. It's hard to fake excitement. Okay, but when you first come in, you see all this. But after, I've been in a little over a year and a half now. And so how do I stay excited? How do I stay motivated? And I wrote down a few key things to help us get that excitement back, help us get that motivation and momentum. How many of you want momentum in your businesses? Okay. To get that momentum, you have to create it. Now, Terry, you've got Rick there. We do this business as a team. That's a beautiful thing. You're not by yourself. And we have other like-minded people. When you watch those pro series, when you go to YouTube and hear what these products are doing for people, because we tend to forget. There's a reason why God told us to go to church one day a week, okay? We can't even make it a week, all right? And that's why, I'm a Christian, so I correlate everything to, if we're not in the Word, if we're not, keep that connection, you lose it. And it's no different with this business. What makes this business more challenging is it is not a 9-to-5 job, okay? If you have one of those 9-to-5 jobs, or some of you are 7 to whatever, some on night shift, what have you, we don't have someone stepping over, looking over your shoulder and tapping you on the shoulder. You want to get to work? We're on the clock here. You need to get working. So you have to plug in self-motivation, okay? Self-motivation does not come easy. We all struggle with it. Sam Flake, a few weeks back, I love Sam because he's so real. He's a pro 8, and yet he said, you know what? I did not feel like doing anything for about 2 days. He's like, I was kind of rebelling in my own mind. I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm just going to not do anything, but then you get a phone call and it's Rick Lilly on the other line. I got another platinum pack. I got someone in to join our team. And it's like, wow, it's a camaraderie type of thing where other people's excitement help to get us excited. I'm excited because of Terry's excitement. Can you guys all feel that? She's right in the center of my screen, okay? And that's what I love about these Zooms. That's where it's good to get, connected on this. And that's why it's so important for us to get plugged into the system. If you're not plugged in, I'm telling you, unless you are a self-charging dynamo day in and day out, your excitement is going to go by the wayside. Something's going to happen. You'll have a fight with your spouse. Of course, we never fight with our spouses or, somebody. Okay, you fought with the dog today, whatever. And, things get you down, or a low pressure system, barometric pressure is going down because the storm's coming through. Do you ever feel that? It's like it's raining. It's like, I need to plug into some excitement, and to me, one of the biggest keys, and I was just like everyone else, the Pro Series. I heard about the Pro Series. People talked about it, how big that is. But when I first came in, it was a little check mark. I'm like, I don't need hype. I don't need that stuff. I'll just go without that because it costs money, and so I'm weighing everything, and so I didn't put the check mark in when I first came in. But I got those first 4 free ones, and I listened to them, I'm like, are you kidding me? I gotta have these. This is awesome. Incredible people. It's not hype. It's real people that went through the same trials that you have gone through or I've gone through, and they share what they've done to get successful along the way. Because I want this. I need this. Okay. I haven't worked in the last 5 weeks. I've got work coming up here the next couple weeks. But I need an income. So I need to stay motivated and all that. So I ended up signing back up with the Pro Series, and I look forward to everyone that comes in. I listen to them. I have all mine saved, right on my iPhone, which is cool. You can plug them into your computer, save them to iTunes, or, if you have a PC, I don't know what they have for that, but download it and put it on your PC, your smartphone. So, and I can listen to over and over again. It's amazing. Some I've listened to 12 times, and I still pick up new things because as my journey is going, okay, as I'm going through this journey, at the beginning, it was all about the invite. And then I had a team. How do I take care of a team? All of a sudden, now I'm listening to them, what they did to take care of their team. And then, each step of the way, you're picking up new things from each one of those. But our team calls, our once-a-week team calls, we have a whole incredible upline. If you guys are not plugged into Carrie Dickey, they're my favorite. She has 2 a week. Every Monday, pretty sure Monday's opportunity meeting, or is it Thursday? I get them mixed up, but once a week they have an opportunity meeting with someone new doing the presentation. You can invite people to listen to that, and it's saved. You can pick your favorite one, and you can go type in the number, and you can save that, and you can have someone listen to it. Powerful. The last one they just did, the guy is probably the best presentation I've ever heard. He talked fast. I had to listen to it twice. but incredible presentation in there. And then, Carrie Dickey and the other guy, I forget his name, they do training and they talk about different things. They were talking about Zooms, doing these same Zooms. They have a Pro 9 on there. And she said, if you guys are not doing Zooms, you are missing the boat. Okay, because face-to-face, it's the next best thing to being there. It doesn't replace, meetings where we get together and, like in your area to try and start a meetings as soon as you can. To get people together, you get a synergy that you don't get just off of Zoom because, you're hearing me talk. I can kind of see you guys there, but I can't see what's going on in the background. So, you miss a lot of the dynamics of it all. But for everyone, there's different, just about every single night. Tuesday nights, you have Dr. Marvin. Every Tuesday night, Dr. Marvin, you want to listen to his calls. People that question the product, that question the science, oh my. After listening to a few of his calls, there's no worries. Anyone that says that they have problems, hey, join that team call. It's open. Anyone can ask him your questions. And if it's on a personal nature, he even gives out his home phone number. And you can call him and ask him the tough questions. So all that is irreplaceable as far as I'm concerned.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Can you give the references to people that might not have that information?
Yes. We'll get there in just a minute. Well, thank you. Okay. So we have our upline team calls, and all those are on Slack. And you just go to Slack, and if you haven't found Slack, you want to, because that is our communication site that everyone should know and have Slack on your phone, on your computer, on your iPad, whichever, because we send out mass messages. I forgot to put it on there myself, but we're all working on it. Normally I put the team call on there too as a reminder. So we have those upline team calls. We have our once a week Zoom trainings. I try and use these as trainings because there's a lot of incredible motivational people from Pro 7, 8, 9s, and 10s on up. I like more of hands-on. And then the next is the LifeVantage Academies. They're all over. We are blessed here in Michigan to have one in Michigan. There's a lot of people that don't have one right in their state or close to them, so they might have to drive 1 or 2 states. But they are once a month. You want to get plugged in. Find out where your LifeVantage Academy is happening, closest to you, and go to it. They're the third weekend of every month. Pretty sure it's the third weekend. So you go on lifevantageacademy.com, right? I think it's lifevantageacademy.com. If not, you can go to the big blue calendar and pull up your state. If you don't see one there, pull up the states around you until you find one on there. So get plugged in because those are all motivating. And then we have our conventions, okay, Elite Academies conventions, and we have our worldwide convention coming up in Utah. Every single elite, Pro 7s, all the way on up, they preach us over and over and over, we do not miss conventions. Now, some people pay a lot of money to go to college. They pay a lot of money to do different things. But our expense is personal development. We don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in bills to make the kind of money. We can make more money there's no limit to the amount of money we can make in this business. You build it till you make whatever your goals are. Everyone is different. That's awesome. Some people, their goal is just to be a pro 5. Some, their goal is to be a pro 10. Now we have 11 and 12. Whatever drives you, that's awesome. But the only expenses we have is really going out, traveling 9 hours, and help one of your team members build their business, or go to the trainings, the conventions. It's worth every penny. It really is. I've never been to one where I was sorry I went. Even the one we only got to see a little part of it because a hurricane went through. Hey, it's the first time I was in a hurricane. It was awesome. Always wanted to be there. Okay. Just a little disappointed. It could have been a little bit. This confused me last time. Who is Brian Matson? How do you get my name on your on your Zoom? Is that David? I don't know. Anyway, I think he was a little confused when he signed into his Zoom. You don't have to put my name in there, and you spelt it wrong anyway. It's BRY. All right. So I'd like to open it up. What about you guys? What motivates you? What keeps you motivated? Go ahead, Rick.
You know, the thing that has always impressed me from the start of this is that relational value that we have with our upline. So what motivates me, you know, is people like Brian, who time and time again invests his time and energy to do just the simplicity of a team call like this and what he's already said. But other than that, you know, it's people like Brian who have in his sphere of influence of the people that are around him that are in this business that take their time to invest in us as distributors. And so people like Rusty Cottrell, Pro 6, who come out and personally did meetings in Iowa. And then to have me rub shoulders with him and to go out to Michigan and be around Brian and Rusty and spend a week, and the amount of people that were put in front of this opportunity of the week that we were out there doing meetings. It just, it was invaluable educational experience, invaluable relational experience. And I can't, you know, there's not a price you can put on that. And then to find out that not only happened, but in our Penny and I's personal business, to have a Pro 6 come and do meetings for you, and then here in a couple of weeks, or next week, or whenever that, I think a couple of weeks, to have Sam Flake coming into Iowa. It just, that floors me. And so I've got no choice but not to do this business, because I don't want to let Brian down. I don't want to let Rusty down. I don't want to let Sam down. And does that mean that we don't have our times of struggles within this business? Penny and I are struggling right now. We've been stuck at the Pro 3 level for a while. And, you know, a lot of those are issues that are out of our control, but most of those are dynamics that are in my control. I'm not the one making the calls. I'm not the one doing the invites. I'm not the one hitting the bricks. And so, but anyway, that concept of that relational value, that leadership that comes from Brian and on up. I've been in other network marketing things before, and that never happened. Never happened. They kind of threw it at you and said, hey, we'll see you when you go diamond or something like that. And so that's where I get my motivation from, and my determination, not to mention my wife's never going to let me not do this. She pushes me out the door and says, go call somebody, go invite somebody, do something, you know? so, okay, so I drove 9 hours to North Dakota to do some meetings. So, but that's, leaders go. And that's what I'm learning from Brian and Rusty. Rusty came to Iowa. Sam's coming to Iowa. So guess what? I drove to North Dakota. And it doesn't matter if I'm a Pro 3. I could have waited till I was a Pro 5, Pro 6, Pro 7, but leaders go. And so I'm hopefully teaching my downline that process of duplication. So anyway, that's the gist of that one.
No, Rick, to me, I look up to you. I mean, you're just an incredible guy, you and Penny. I mean, the reason Sam Flake is going to Iowa, the reason, Rusty went to Iowa, because you guys are doing what it takes. Sure, you haven't reached there yet, but that's not for a lack of doing. I mean, you're doing what it takes, and it will happen in just a matter of time. And guys like you, I mean, motivate me. I lost my Pro 5 pin for the last couple conventions. My wife, I don't know, we found it in the car, tucked in behind one of the seats, or a badge. And, I decided to wear it because of you guys that I'm a Pro 5. It's not because of me. It's because of us. It's a team effort. And every one of us, the more we help others, the more you're going to help yourself. So you guys motivate me. You guys get me excited. So I'm really, we have the best team out there. We can go places with it. All right, who else would like to share? Who else would like to share? What keeps you motivated? If you don't speak up, I'm going to call on you. So
I had to move positions. My internet was freezing on me. But I was kind of like Terry. I'll tell you, when you see the science of this, it's incredible, When you try to get away from it, it just keeps coming back and hitting you just in a different way. I had a little gal in my class today that she was diabetic from the time she was little. I know her mom has fought with that a lot. And it just went right through my mind today. If she was on this, it would keep the inflammation down from the irritation, the inflammation that comes from high blood sugar that could, at her age, decrease the damage that she would have within so many years. And, if you took completely away, say you saw nobody get better from this ever, you have the what is it, the Institute of Aging, that shows that it increases lifespan by 5 human years, if you convert it over from 7%. Just from that, one thing alone does a lot more than all the vitamin C, vitamin E, multivitamins, all these different things that people take that have never been proven to extend lifespan. And people take vitamin C and E all the time, multivitamins. They don't see anything from it, and they take it their whole life because they've been told to. And just with that one thing of it extending lifespan, you could go on just that one thing and forget the rest of it, and it would still be so powerful that it would be amazing. So, when you add into it Alzheimer's and autism with the glutathione going up and all the other things, you just, it's like Terry was saying, the more she watches, the more excited she gets. It's like you just barely hit the tip of the iceberg on this of how incredible it is. And you can't get around it. I mean, I couldn't quit doing this if I tried, because I just know how impactful this is on people. So it's just learning how to share that with other people. But you know, the one thing I'm totally convinced of, I've gone to every convention since I started. You have to go to the conventions because that's how you learn, and you're constantly going to have to grow. I mean, every time I hit something that's really hard, like we learned to do an invite. Well, that wasn't too bad, you know. But then, you know, we were growing so fast, then you don't know what to do with all your people. So you got to continually personally grow. So you got to keep going to the conventions because you always got something new and personal growth you've got to do. And who doesn't want to grow? I mean, really, either that, you just go backwards. But, you know, I'll be a better person from having done this. So if you get stuck a little bit, that's fine. Keep doing the things you're supposed to do, and you'll learn, you'll get through it, and you'll figure out something new, and you'll be a better person for it, you know. So it's really important. I can see, you know, I'm really glad that 1 month in, we went to that first convention. I had no clue how we were going to afford it because we were flat broke. But I wouldn't trade that for anything, because going to those conventions gets you around other people that are just like you, that are working through it, and you've made a choice to put your foot in the water and go forward. It's a choice. And I think that that's the biggest thing. You have to choose to be a winner. So anyway, that's my thoughts.
I'll stick with her.
Yeah. I want to tag on to something you said, Penny. You said something about the NIA study. I want to share something with you. Harvard Medical School went out, and Harvard said their own fish to study omega-3 fatty acids, and they proved that it helps heart disease. Okay, so we all know, I mean, you can't go out and say Protandim is good for you. It's beyond good for you. Fish oil is good for you. Turmeric is good for you. Resveratrol is good for you. They've already proven all these things are good for you. Only one thing extended life, and only one thing proved that extended quality of life. What was that?
Protandim.
Protandim. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, you all raise your hand. So it's bigger deal than you've ever thought about. Just think about that. All the other products are good for you. This is beyond good for you. This is proven by the institute that was established to do this. I mean, they're the institute that actually studies extending life. Okay, this isn't just some weird, wacky study. This is the institution that is about extending life. And they said we have 7% more. Now I'm getting excited here a little bit. My daughter says I'm being too loud. Sorry about that.
Hey, I want to sign up again.
Sign up under me.
Wow. That is, I love that, Rusty. I thought, you know, as soon as Penny was talking about the science, I saw your, you know, your icon light up. So I knew you were coming on.
I'm going to go back and eat my salad, so I'll be listening here.
Wow, that is exciting. It really, really is. And it's really sharing our excitement with others. That's why if you're feeling down, it's probably not a good time to invite someone, okay? Listen to a pro audio or call Rusty and, you know, watch his Periscope on NIA study. Just whoever it is, if you need to make phone calls and you're not excited, call somebody, okay? Call upline, sideline, downline. I mean, like-minded people, because do not go this alone. I keep telling people over and over, do not try and go this alone. We're here. We want to help you, and it's in our best interest to help you. I mean, I love the new comp plan changes coming up. You know, some people might not be as excited as I am, but I mean, already this month, I'd made a couple $100 extra already, you know, so it's huge what this comp plan is doing. In the last few minutes, I thought I would just touch on some of these highlights of the new comp plan. Is there anyone, though, that wants to share? What keeps you excited? Okay, we will do a share screen. Oops, I need to go back to the beginning. Okay. What was that noise? Someone got a duck?
I think it was my phone.
All right. Yeah, if everyone can mute. Well, I was trying to make this full screen, but I can't figure that one out. I hit the other arrows. Okay. This is just a quick highlight.
Hit play slideshow, Brian.
It's not a slideshow.
It is.
Okay,
View.
there's full screen mode. I found that.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you, Rusty. Okay, basically, I need to minimize these pictures. You know, you can minimize your pictures if you want. Okay, I need to use my down buttons. So this is the evaluation of these highlights and why we're doing them. Because they'll improve the front end, improve the middle rank payout, okay? Improve alignment between build strategies and comp plan requirements, and improve long-term potential. What I love is improving of the middle rank pay. Okay, now why is, I'm hitting the down arrow. What happened? Wow, sorry. I don't know why. Unless I have something in the background.
Yeah, there's something in the background with the Mac that'll do that. It does it for me, but the space bar will sometimes, or just tapping your trackpad will advance the next slide sometimes.
Yeah, it just makes it go too fast. I can't even exit out. What is? I'll try and use the trackpad. Okay. This begins November 7th. Okay. This is in the US market, it begins. And it's an introduction of the launch bonus, increasing the payout for PCs from 30% to 40%. Guys, that's huge. From 30 to 40. So if you think of 40% off the packs everything, it really simplifies everything. So on all these Smart Start bonuses, they're basically 40% if you have a 200 PV, okay? But the new pack names are going to be silver, gold, and platinum. That makes it way easier to remember and simplifies everything. So silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, distributors will now be eligible to earn on all new enrollment packs purchased within their enrollment tree. Okay, so this is my understanding is you no longer have to just be the enroller, all right, of someone or of their group. This is of the whole tree. So what the company's doing is encouraging leaders to work with everyone, whether you've enrolled them or not, okay? So like in Melody's team, I did not enroll them, but any packs that are purchased, okay, I'm a Pro 5, and if there's no Pro 5 between me and them, I will make this bonus. So, and if you're the enroller of the new pack is paid as a Pro 3 or higher, they will receive both the Smart Start and Launch bonus. guys, I hope you're excited about that. But all Pro 3s and 4s, as you're building your team, like Rick, you're driving to North Dakota and spending all this time. Anyone that enrolls while you're there, you will be paid out the following week, along with, Terry getting any bonus. You'll make 50, 25, or 12.50. Now, I know where Rick is at, but for the sake of some of the newer people, what kind of payout would you rather have? Would you rather have a $50 check, a $25 check, or $12.50 check? So, hey, let's go for the $50 checks. And that is more duplicatable, and the payout, rank advancements, everything happens quicker. So any questions on this? I can't see hands raised, so not, I will move on. Okay. What I was just sharing begins November 7th. What begins January 1st is 2 new master ranks plus new width requirements for Pro 2s, 5s, and 6s, okay? And what that is, you're required to have an additional leg. Before you can go Pro 2 with just one leg. Now you need 2. The reason they're doing that is to encourage people to start going wide. Because you start getting to Pro 7, there are people that have been stuck for not building their businesses correctly, and they've been stuck at different levels. So it's going wide as quickly as you can to get a good foundation, then help them, each of those people. But distributors, okay, let me go back. Pro 5s and 6s have to have 3 legs. Now, even with a Pro 2, if you're already a Pro 2, we have until March 31st to build that additional volume to make sure we can stay Pro 2, 5, and 6. To me, I look at it so we can keep rank advancing. You want to do that anyway. So distributors paid as a Pro 3 and above will be eligible to receive the generational check match. Before, anyone could receive that generational matching bonus. But now you have to be a Pro 3 or above. And the reason is this was plugging one of the holes for all these people selling on Amazon and eBay products. That's one of the reasons that they're making this change, is to help plug some of those holes. So any questions on this? All right, if anyone has any questions as we're going along, just speak up. Okay, I'm not going to take the time to go over the additional master ranks. We've got a year, at least a year, to work on that. All right, retail sales. Okay, there's 3 different ways. Sell online through your personal retail site, sell person to person, or sell your personal inventory.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Can you go back a slide for a second?
Sure.
Oh, one more. So one other point, Brian, is that what this does is it plugs a hole where there was someone who signed up a Pro 10. They aren't doing anything in the business. They're a Pro 2, and they were out paying people to make another $100 order so they could get their matching check, Pro 10. So just imagine a Pro 10 making $80,000 a month. That'd be $8,000 to you. And they weren't really building a business, and they were just paying people off to buy a $100 product every month. So 12 times a year, they were paying for someone to do that. So they were plugging that hole as well. One of the other things that plugs that is they're not allowing you to buy as much product as they were before. Might want to mention that, Brian? What the limit is for buying product?
Okay, I think that's on one of the other screens.
Okay, all right.
Okay. We're paid weekly for all purchases made by new preferred customers or distributors within the first calendar month. Now, that hasn't changed. 200 personal volume is required to earn the 40% bonus. So make sure you guys all understand this. If you want to earn the 40% bonuses on distributors and on customers, you have to maintain that 200. Okay, less than 200, so 199 or less, down to 100, you will just earn a 30% bonus. So the good news is, well, to me, we have such incredible products. I have no problems earning $200 a month. But, you know, when people are first starting, or single people or young adults that are trying to build a business, they don't have a big family and everything, just bring in a bunch of customers. Every customer on your front line, where you're the enroller, okay, and the placement, they count towards your personal volume. But you are required to have at least a $40 shipment to your house. I think it's actually a $30 shipment, but I don't think there's any $30 PV in there. But at least, you know, 30 to 40 PV shipped directly to your house. Okay? So this is kind of what Rusty was saying. The maximum amount a distributor can earn on a Smart Start bonus is limited to 1,000 cumulative. I think the C stands for cumulative volume per new distributor customer. Okay, any additional volume purchased within a distributor preferred customer's first calendar month will fall in the dynamically compressed unilevel royalty commission program. Wow. Okay, what is that saying? You know, the royalty bonus, you know, is where you get paid 2% for first level, then 5, 9, 5, 5, 5, 5, whatever, 2. That's your royalty bonus. What they're trying to do is put a cap on that, because people are bulk buying in there and getting all the additional discounts, higher discounts, and then they're turning around selling them on eBay and all that. So this is another area where that they're plugging that hole. Any questions on that?
Jennifer Murray actually met someone, Brian, who was a middleman on that scheme. She said, oh, I became a distributor, but I never got my product because the person just bought it through me and then paid me back the money and then selling it on eBay.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what was happening.
Wow.
She would sign up all these distributors, get a 40% or a 50% commission on the PV. So she's getting it now for half and then selling it at a discounted price. I was always trying to figure out how they were doing that. And so this is going to help shut that down.
Okay.
Plus, if they find out that you're doing that, you're no longer going to be a distributor in LifeVantage.
Exactly. When they're getting closer to knowing who each one that is that's doing that too. So they can track it now.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
I wonder they got to put one here.
Okay. All right. Earn through the enrollment tree. These are the launch bonuses. 200 PV active to qualify. Payments begin at paid as Pro 3. Guys, if you're not a Pro 3, you want to go Pro 3 as fast as possible, and let us help you. Okay? These bonuses are going to be huge. If the enroller of the new pack is paid as a Pro 3 or higher, they will receive both the Smart Start and Launch bonus. So, case in point, All right, Rick, you're a Pro 3. If you bring in, after this starts, okay, you bring in a new distributor, you will not only make the 40% or the $400 off a Platinum Pack, you will also get a $50 check. So you'll be paid $450 for every person you bring in. I don't know if that's additional motivation, but I mean, that's huge. Okay.
That is motivation. Yep.
And then anyone in your team down to the next Pro 3. If you're a Pro 3, you get paid down to the next Pro 3 is my understanding. Okay. If you're a Pro 5, you get paid down to the next Pro 5 level, or whoever's between you and that Pro 5, you'll get these bonuses. Or 4, I'm skipping 4, but Pro 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 79 10s, all get to take part in this. So does that make sense?
Just to clarify, what you're saying there, Brian, is that it will pick, if you can imagine the bottom of your tree, someone signs up as a Platinum Pack. So Joe signs up a Platinum Pack, and the compensation goes up the line looking for the first Pro 3 or first Pro 4. So if there's no Pro 3, then the Pro 4 gets paid. But if the Pro 3 gets paid, the Pro 4 does not get paid. So the answer to that is become Pro 5. Then it goes for the first Pro 5 or Pro 6. Now, since I'm a Pro 6, Brian's a Pro 5, anyone below Brian, they'll pay him instead of me. But that's okay. I'm going to Pro 7 anyway. So that's the concept. It doesn't pay all of those people. It looks for the first Pro 3, first Pro 5 or 6 in that line of the first Pro 7, 8, or 9 in that tree. So that's how that works.
All right. Thank you, Rusty, clarifying that. Okay, this is just an example. If you're a Pro 2, you bring in someone with a new Platinum Pack, you'll get a $400, the 40% bonus. This is assuming everything is Platinum Packs. Again, and then the first upline Pro 4 got 50. The first upline after that Pro 4, 5 gets 50. The first Pro 7, 50. Okay, then the Pro 10, 25. Oh my, how many of you want to go Pro 7 really, really fast now? Those checks are going to be ginormous. You're a Pro 7 and you're the only Pro 7 in your whole group. That's going to be big. Just another example, if you're a Pro 3 again, you bring in a Platinum Pack, you'll make the 450, and then the first upline Pro 5 will make 50. Sorry, Rusty. 0. Pro 8, 50 and 25. So, but like I said, Rusty's going Pro 7 really quick because I'm going Pro 6.
Why the gap at Pro 6 in that previous screen?
What?
Why the gap, the non-pay at Pro 6 there?
It only pays Pro 3s, 5s, and 7s, okay, then up to Pro 10.
Okay.
So, again, if there's not a Pro 3, it goes to the next Pro 5. Or
No, next Pro 4.
Next Pro 4, thank
So
you.
it's either 3 or 4, 5 or 6, 7, or 8 or 9 or 10. If there's no 7, 8, or 9, then it goes on like that.
Right.
Okay.
But, I still can't wait till I get 2 Pro 5s or 3 Pro 5s so I can go Pro 6 because I'm heading to Pro 7. So what I love is at the beginning ranks when we're struggling for funds, that helps us. They put this in there to help us with our traveling expenses and doing meetings for our people. 3 ways, everything. So you don't have to, what's the word I want? Worry about bothering your upline team because we're going to be paid. And you want to get there. So again, here's another example. If you're a Pro 7, bring in a Platinum pack, you'll make $450, and then it goes up to the next Pro 10. What I was curious, what if you had a Pro 3 and 5 above that Pro 7? Did they get paid? Not sure. I was thinking about that when I was looking at this.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that one.
So here's a example of a Pro 1, making that $400 bonus, and then the first upline happened to be a Pro 4. They made $50. Then the Pro 5 gets 50, and then there was nothing between that Pro 5 and the Pro 9. And so the Pro 9 made that 50. Okay, royalty commissions are paid monthly, pays up to 43% on all product purchases made after the first calendar month. Do you guys realize 43% of any product sold in our business is all paid out in this royalty commission? That's huge. That's unheard of in this industry. And our company paid out over 50%. It was like for 51 or 2% last year they paid out, because with all the incentive trips and, you know, then the elite bonuses that are in there, it's huge. And earn up to 9 dynamically compressed levels depending on your monthly paid as rank. I'm not going to try and explain dynamically compressed to you. You know, maybe we'll have Rusty share that sometime. I get confusing, but think of it being paid in kind of, how did I explain that before? It's being paid in reverse. Okay, you bring in a whole team, okay, and then it all pays back up. And if there's people that don't have 100 PV, or instead of 100 PV qualifies you for the royalty bonus. So, but if someone is less than the 100, it dynamically compressed bypasses that person, bypasses people that have no auto ship, and it pays out to the first available person, and then pays out to leadership all the way up from there. So it's kind of a tongue twister and mind twister, but the good news is 100% of that 43% gets paid out. All right, this is kind of a new tree that you can look at. Basically, most of it's the same as what you've been seeing there before. But the minimum leg requirements, that's the biggest one, and then maximum percentage per leg is what you want to look at. Okay, Pro 1, you only need 1 leg. Pro 2, 20%, okay, of 2,500, is 500. So $500 on your short leg. That's not too difficult. That's just a few customers. And by the way, customers work towards outside leg volume also, okay? That's why I want to put a plug in here on this. When I first joined the company, it's 5 after 9. I'll try and speed this up. But when I first joined the company and I saw 9% on your third level, I tried playing the game, putting people. It doesn't work. People quit their auto ships, and all of a sudden it was no longer on my third level. It ended up being on my second level. And I'm like, really? That really worked. You want all your customers on your first level. You make 2%, that's great, but the few extra dollars between those is not worth the hassle of trying to get a higher percentage, because you could be just short, let's say a couple $100 from going Pro 3 or 4 or 5, but all your customers' volume gets added up as outside leg volume. That is more important. When I started really understanding that, I'm like, I'm done playing with those games. I want to make sure I have volume sitting there to help make up the difference in case I'm short in an outside leg. So I hope I made that so you can understand it. But, you know, Pro 4, 80-20, it's just Pro 5, and 10% has to be in a third leg, 60-30-10. All that pretty much stays the same until you go Pro 10, 40-40-20. So, and then the other requirements for the Pro 10 executive and presidential. So if you have any questions, you can call us more and we can talk more on that individually. But the generational check match, this has stayed the same other than you now have to be a Pro 3 or higher to earn that. Like Rusty was sharing, there was Pro 2s earning generational match. No intentions of building a business, just trying to milk the system. So now they're forcing them to have another leg and actually build volume on that leg and be a Pro 3 minimum. So then the elite pool stayed the same. And then I can't wait to get a $100,000 check. I don't know about you guys. That first $100,000 check, I mean, $500,000 check for Presidential Master Pro 10. Wow. Okay. The other big thing is the business centers is changing. Before, when you hit Pro 4, you got a business center. Now you'll have to hit Pro 5 to get that second business center. It's like, oh, I wanted that other business center one. I want Pro 6, but, well, I'll just have to get it when I go Pro 7. But you understand, a business center allows you to get paid down an additional level in the royalty bonus. You get paid down 9 levels, but if you start building underneath a business center, you get paid out of the business center and out of your top position. So really it reaches down to a 10th level potential as that business center rank advances also. And that's why a third business center can take you down 2 more levels. So huge. Let's see. And when you get to Pro 7 and when you go Master Pro 10, they've added a 4th business center to help Pro 10s build up, to the next 2 levels. But these are the timelines. Again, November 7 is when all these enrollment bonuses change, okay, and all the improvements happen in that. November 18th is when the first payout is. So whatever work you do the first week, the first payout is on the 18th. And then January 1st, the full launch of all enhancements to the plan begins. All approved international markets to begin. And then February 15th, the first payout, that's for all the other markets. March 31st. So those of you or of us that are already pros 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever, we're grandfathered in. They're giving us time to get the second or third, 4th, whatever legs in there. All right. I think that's it on here. Yes. All right. If anyone wants a copy of that, Julie might just didn't want us throwing that out there to anyone. That's what she got from, I think, the elite trips that she was on. So that's only for us. Okay. That's not to share cross-sign or anywhere else. So she shared that with us, so we have it. All right. Any questions? Ran a little bit long. Just wanted to get through some of that.
Yeah, Brian, could you repeat all that?
I'm going to hit my reach through the screen and slap button. All right. if no one else has anything else, and if you have questions, call myself or Rusty, whatever, we'll try and help explain those to you. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you again for letting me wear my Pro-Fi pin, and I'll try and keep it in a safe place so I don't lose it.
Don't put it in your car. Keep it on your shirt.
Exactly. Did you get your Pro-Fi pin yet, Kim?
Yep, I sure did.
Awesome. All right. I want to help every one of you get your pins. Guys, the pin, it's not something, well, I've got a Pro-Fi pin for me to brag. I've worked for this. It's like hitting, when I hit Pro 3 and then hit Pro 4 or 5, I want to go Pro 7 so bad. Once I go to Pro 7, I'll be able to bring my wife home from work. Okay? That pin is a little reward that you've gotten there. It's a goal. We're in a race. We're racing with ourselves. Okay? You have to prepare for the race. Athletes prepare. And that's what we're doing. I gave you the list: the Pro Series, team calls, Zoom trainings, Life Edge Academies, conventions, and we have Sam Flake coming, guys. Sam Flake. Just so you guys know, Sam does not have to come to us. We're in his biggest leg. You realize that. He needs to work on his outside legs. But he loves us. He's just a sweetheart of a guy. Let's put him to work. He said, Brian, you want to reward me for coming and help you guys? Put me to work. Let's have meetings. Just fill up that whole slot. So in Michigan, if everything works out well, we've got meetings at 1, at 3, dinner meeting at 5, and then 7, opportunity meeting and training after that. So that's all on Tuesday. But Monday, Rick gets them all to himself. All right. And Penny. Can't forget the smile over there on the left. Right.
Sam told me that because, you guys were a large portion of the Elite Academy in Orlando, for us. And so since all you guys committed to do that, even though you're on his big leg, you're on my biggest leg. I still came. He's still coming. It's just because we said we would match your effort, and that's what we're doing. And that's why Sam's coming. So yeah, use him, abuse him.
Yes, Sam is coming to town. Not Santa, Sam. So let's put him to work. Wednesday, he'll be in, I think, Kalamazoo area, and then Berrien Springs area. So if you guys know of anyone in those areas, we'll be letting you know places as soon as possible, but start inviting now. Let's fill up these rooms. Let's make it worthwhile. Let's prove to him that we are worthwhile for him taking the effort, taking the time to come out to see us.
Amen to that. He'll be also doing the Life Edge Academy Pro 10 in Fargo, North Dakota on 19th.
Awesome. Are you going to that, Terry? Are you signed up already?
She'll be
Here's
in
the
Iowa.
deal. I'm going to be down in Iowa at that time.
Oh, okay. So you can go with Rick to the one in
Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that works too. All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to stop the recording here.